For all these years, I kept my mouth closed so selfish desires would not fall out. And because I remained quiet for so long, now my daughter does not hear me. She hears only her big important husband asking her why they have charcoal and no lighter fluid.
Why do we have charcoal and no lighter fluid?
And I want to tell her this. We are lost, she and I, unseen and not seeing, unheard and not hearing, unknown by others. Today, I can still remember a time where I ran and shouted, when I could not stand still. It is my earliest recollection, telling the Moon Lady my secret wish. And because I forgot what I wished for, that memory remained hidden from me all these many years. But now I remember it.
Ying Ying, it's time to wake up. What's that smell? We're burning the 5 evils. Wake up! There's no time to play today. Your mother got you a new dress for the ceremony tonight.
What is a ceremony?
It's kind of a proper way to behave. You do this and that, and you don't get punished by the gods.
What kind of punishment?
Too many questions. You do not need to understand. Just behave. Follow your mother's example.
My ama tied up my hair and my scalp burned. Then she turned me around to inspect her handiwork.
Pretty.
Who's coming tonight?
All the family. We rented a houseboat on the lake with a famous chef, and tonight you're gonna see the Moon Lady.
The Moon Lady! The Moon Lady! Who is the Moon Lady?
She grants a wish that you can never tell anyone. A girl can never ask, only listen.
Then I'll tell her I don't want to wear these clothes anymore.
You can't say it out loud. It's not a secret anymore.
Mama and my sisters stood ready to go.
Wanga, half-sister 2, half-sister 3. Hi, Ying Ying.
Our entire family was dressed in important-looking clothes as we walked outside. Everybody climbed into rickshaws. The journey to the lake was, well, unpleasant. After we arrived, we got out of our rickshaws and moved toward the dock. My half-sisters just could not wait to board. The boat looked like a floating tea house with an open-air pavilion larger than the one in our courtyard. It had many red columns and a peaked tile roof, and behind that what looked like a garden house with round windows. As soon as my feet touched the deck, I sprang free, and together with number 2 and number 3, we tried to see who would be the first to run the length of the boat. I loved the unsteady feeling of almost falling one way then another.
Look at these red lanterns hanging.
And these ornamental wood railings.
Ama told me to lie down on my mat, and it got quiet as everyone slept through the hottest part of the day. I sat up and saw that Ama was still asleep, so I wandered to the back of the boat. There I found a sullen woman squatting in front of a bucket of fish. I watched as she took out a sharp, thin knife and sliced open the fish bellies, pulling out the red, slippery insides and throwing them into the lake. It was not until then, too late, that I saw my new clothes and the spots of blood. Ah! What a strange mind I had. In my panic, I quickly dipped my hands into the bowl of turtle's blood and smeared this all over my dress.
Oh my god, Ying Ying, your new clothes, they're ruined. Your mother would be glad to wash her hands of you.
Ama left me crying on the back of the boat, and I thought of a wish for the Moon Lady. But everybody else must have seen her too, because firecrackers exploded and I fell into the lake. The sharp water swam up my nose, into my throat and eyes, and I thrashed even harder. Then I saw 2 shadows, with the moon in the back of them.
Is it too small or is it worth some money?
Stop now, you're frightening her.
A little girl, not a fish?
Little sister, what boat are you from? That boat.
That.
Shall we just leave her on the shore?
I suppose. Be careful next time, little sister.
The people told me that I was mistaken, and I said nothing. I began to shiver again. There was nobody who cared that I was missing. I felt as if I was lost forever. On the dock, I ran over to some bushes and hid. Through the branches, I saw a crowd of people, and above them a stage holding up the moon. A young man burst out from the side of the stage and told the crowd.
And now, the Moon Lady will come tell her sad tale to you.
The Moon Lady, I thought. Then a shadow of a woman appeared against the moon. Her hair was undone, and she began to speak.
Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. Show me what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
At the end of her singing tale, I was crying, shaking with despair. Even though I did not understand her entire story, I understood her grief.
Bong. And now, the Moon Lady will grant one secret wish to each person here for a small monetary donation.
Nobody was listening to him except me.
I have a wish. I have a wish. I have a wish.
I said in a whisper, and still she did not hear me, so I walked closer yet until I could see the face of the Moon Lady. Shrunken cheeks, a broad oily nose, large glaring teeth, and red-stained eyes. A face so tired that she rarely pulled off her hair. Her long gown fell from her shoulders. And as the secret wish fell from my lips, the Moon Lady looked at me and became a man. For many years, I could not remember what I wanted that night from the Moon Lady, or how it was that I was found again by my family. But now that I am old, moving every year closer to the end of my life, I also feel closer to the beginning. And I remember everything that happened that day because it has happened many times in my life. I remember all these things. And tonight, on the 15th day of the 8th moon, I also remember what I asked the Moon Lady so long ago. I wished to be found.